Because I'm like, I just finally said it this year. I'm like, you know what? Fucking privateers need to go.
What's up, mob? Hey, I'm a little hot today. I listened to Jase from Gypsy Tales go off on privateers and why they shouldn't be at Supercross. And I'm not even mad. I'm thoroughly disgusted at the elitist attitude that he has and how he feels about this. And while I kind of see where he's coming from, he's dead wrong. He's absolutely wrong, 100%. And I'm going to tell you why.
Just get off the track right now.
Remember, guys, subscribe, share these videos out. It helps the channel, and I really, really appreciate it. And without further ado, let's get into this bullshit.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
He starts off by saying, you shouldn't be on the same track with these elite riders.
Well, man, I get it all the time because I'm like, I just finally said it this year. I'm like, you know what? Fucking privateers need to go. Deserves to be racing in a stadium, but just not at Supercross until you're one of those guys.
Privateers need to go. So you want to watch World Supercross. World Supercross has a good formula, but you have to have a feeder series. And now, like I said, I don't totally disagree with the logic on what Jase is talking about, but this is low-hanging fruit. You really want to make the broadcast better and bring in new fans? First, let's get rid of the derelict announcer that we have who's just a dumbass. Ricky Carmichael can't explain that an apple is red. What I mean by that is it's a color between purple and blue, and when I compare that to a vacuum, you know what I'm talking about. So, that's how the idiot talks. Yeah, that's Ricky Carmichael for you. And I watched the race with some people who are casual fans. They're constantly asking me, what is Ricky talking about? Most of the time, I don't know. And then I go ahead and just explain to them what the actual story was. And they're like, why didn't he just say that? Why didn't you just say, oh, yeah, he came in a little hot and his tire slid out? That's the first thing you can do to grow this sport. And like I said, getting rid of privateers or moving privateers to a series where it's kind of like minor league baseball or arena cross and moving them up. They tried it, failed to own arena cross. It didn't work out. It's a different sport. These smaller arenas don't do that. And until the teams will stop hiring guys straight out of the amateurs and bringing up these rookies, putting them in for 2 years and then ghosting them, until they stop doing that, there will be no need for a minor league. If these guys that come out of Loretta Lynn's as stars go into this minor league and then into the pros, but you can't have them all jumping, because when they jump, then it just cuts out that series and it doesn't work. Until the manufacturers jump on board and say, yes, we want to put all our guys into a developmental series and require 2 years of a developmental series before you go to the actual main series. This is idiotic. It's elitist, and it's just smug. I saw Jase at Anaheim signing autographs at the Jet Lawrence tent, just acting like he is a big deal. I hate to break it to you, Jase. You're just an internet guy that talks about people who do great things. Much like myself, much like Steve Mathis, much like any other journalist. We cover people that do greatness. I hate to break it to you, we're not stars. We're just people that talk about this sport. I literally looked at my buddy and I said, dude, if I ever do anything like that, punch me in the face.
I don't know, and I've never heard of, and I couldn't tell you, and I'm telling you, like, just get off the track right now.
Why would I ever listen to a guy who claims he can't even name a 250B rider? Come on. Is this somebody that we want to give credibility in our sport? Somebody who goes grocery shopping during the LCQ? Man, I watch these races 3-4 times over and over, and I know, listen, I don't like Steve Mathis, but he does his homework. He goes to the races. He watches them over. He studies the stuff. This guy, you want to talk about a part-time media guy, a part-time just talk about it because he's, wine and cheese and he thinks he is a big deal? I hate to break it to him. He's not. He's got a very good show. He's had some good guests. He's good at interviewing. He's not the show. The guests he has are the celebrities.
Telling you, like, just get off the track right now.
How dare he say something like, these guys get off the track? Really? Does he know the story behind Cheyenne Harmon and how hard and what these guys go through to get out onto that track, to earn their money, to live their dream? I'm sorry, man. That's just disgusting. And I'm not saying he doesn't have some valid points. What I'm saying is the way he said it was elitist. And I'm sorry, man. Jase, I've tried to be very, very nice to him. And I do have respect for him because some of my friends, Coach Rob, Johnny, talk about Jase in a high regard. So I have kind of left him alone, and I never blasted him for looking like an egomaniac in Anaheim. But this is too far, man. This is too far. You look like such a dumbass.
Because like when I look at the sport and when I know from the inside out problems with the sport, I just think so many problems and so many things that the top riders, the dudes that they're the ones that are carrying our sport.
Yeah.
The privateers aren't the heart of the sport. Eli Tomac, Ken Roxon, Jet Lawrence, like those dudes, they carry the sport right now.
Yeah.
He sounds like an entitled little kid. Well, I know from the inside out because I talk to the top 10 riders and this is what they tell me and they know, not you.
I know they hate. They hate getting to a track at 8 a.m. and leaving at 1 a.m. Yeah. They hate that they're only on the track 4 times for the night. And they hate that by the time the 450 main event comes around, the track is f***ed.
Yep.
Like, and all of these things are because there's like 140 guys that are trying to qualify for a 44-man race.
Yep.
Why the fuck are we ruining the experience of the top 44 and the teams and the media? Do you know why riders don't want to go to the press conference? They've fucking been at the track 12 hours.
Yeah.
They're over it. And this is the thing that people don't know that watch shit on the broadcast and comment on Instagram.
Yeah.
That they're the vocal minority that say fucking privateers. It's like, they're not, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like,
oh my gosh, are you serious? Yes, they're tired. They're worn out. They have this platform because the sport has brought them to this point. Don't listen to these guys that are on the top like that. They don't know.
It's not. The guys that are racing it think so much is shit.
Yeah.
They know, not you.
Now, if you want to tell these guys story, that's fine, but let's stop telling them what to say. Let them say whatever they want. Let's focus on the drama, the people.
I love the 450 LCQ. I don't. That's when I go get groceries. You know, like I've got shit to do. I live a bit, I live a
3
busy
hours
life.
is a big commitment.
Yeah, I live a busy life. That's when I go get groceries. And
now those LCQs that he despises so much, if he understood the guys in it and took the time to learn their stories, where they came from, how they got there, what injury they're overcoming, if he did that, they would be exciting because they are exciting. I watched the LCQ and I watch the different guys and I explain to my friends, oh, this guy is this, and I tell their stories. They love it. If the broadcast did that, they would do just fine. LCQs and people, the story. And that's the great thing about Supercross is that's the whole thing is it's from the base. When they say the heart and soul, they're not talking about what people come to on Saturday night. They're talking about the dream. You can buy a bike. Anyone can go race Supercross. If you're good enough, you can actually get to that high level like Weston Pike. There are a few stories of that dream coming through. And he loves the idea of the 450s going first, which is the dumbest idea I've ever heard. Okay, so they talk about, I understand why they did this. And I understand that they want to bring out the best guys right off the bat to capture the fans the casual fan who came to see Eli and Jet.
the fucking speed, bro.
Amazing.
I've been to so much shit.
Yeah.
That was the fastest I've ever seen dudes ride on a Supercross track. It was mind-blowing, bro.
We're sacrificing is the least valuable for riders in the entire 2 main events.
What they failed to see is the first time they did it was when Deegan was in the 250 class. He's the most popular guy. It's not a matter of, who goes first or who goes second. It's a matter of how it's presented. Get rid of that bumbling idiot, Ricky Carmichael, and give us some real information. And maybe maybe the 250 class is more exciting. Maybe the LCQs are more exciting. That's the problem, not privateers. Privateers are not the problem.
Over it. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm so with you.
And this is the thing that people don't know that watch on the broadcast and comment on Instagram.
Yeah.
That they're the vocal minority that say, privateers. It's like, they're not, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like,
congratulations, Jase. You're officially the most pompous guy in motocross. Great call. I understand where Jase is coming from. I mean, his argument has some validity, but It's wrong. Like I said, there's about 20 things you can change before you get to eliminating privateers. And there's other things that have to happen. And I wish Clinton Fowler would have had some balls to say, well, you got to develop that series and you got to get the manufacturers on board, or this doesn't even work. Him saying this and just taking a shot at privateers, it's just rude. You want to get fans to watch more? Have it at the same time every week, whether it be 12 Pacific, 3 Pacific, or 6 Pacific. Whatever time you have the race, no matter what time zone you're in, have it at the same time. So I know every week on Saturday, it's at 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock Pacific time. If I know that's when Supercross is on, I will tune in. Myself, a diehard fan who always watches it, I always have to look up and hope I got it right and then hope my schedule plans out. If I knew every single week, like I know the UFC, whenever there's a pay-per-view, it starts at 7. And I think other people would too. And that's where we lose a lot of the casual fans. The casual fans will not reschedule to watch the show. If they know every day, every Saturday it's at 4 o'clock, maybe they will actually tune in.
Yeah. They hate that they're only on the track 4 times for the night. And they hate that by the time the 450 main event comes around, the track is
Yep.
like, and all of these things are because there's like 140 guys that are trying to qualify. The messages I get in my DM. But what is the privacy? You can afford it. Not my problem.
Yeah.
It's a professional sport.
Yep.
I don't give a
It's
how they. I don't care. But
more time for media, more time for autographs, more time for things that don't grab your audience. Come on, Jase. You have to understand. You think the riders want to do more media and more autographs rather than, what they do currently? All right, guys, I got so fired up. I forgot to even mention the sponsors. Coach Rob, he's got a new podcast over on his channel dedicated to vet racers. Yes, if you are struggling to keep racing as you get older, listen to Coach's podcast. It'll definitely help you out. Epic Garage Designs. Get yourself some slat wall. Take that cluttered garage, make it look organized, make it look badass, look professional, be professional. Ride Strapped. Ride Strapped is a patriotic company who caters to privateers. So hit up ridestrap.com. Precision Transport. Hit up pretransport.com if you need to ship anything using a truck. They are high quality customer service and family owned. Pretransport.com. All right, so that's enough ranting about Jase and his privateer hatred and his elitist attitude, which actually just disgusts me. I think a lot of the problems in today's society are because people feel they're above others and they feel like there's this classes. And maybe that's why it triggered me so bad is I don't like being put into a class, or I don't put people in a class. That is what separates society. That creates elitists. That creates control. It's just disgusting to me on every level. Maybe that's why this pissed me off so bad. There is some actual motocross, supercross news. Unfortunately, Eli Tomac hurt his thumb, much like Cooper Webb. Both these guys will be out extensively. I don't know how long they'll be out. Thumb injuries are weird. You really need to grab that handlebar, and they're tricky. They can actually be really, really bad for a dirt bike racer. Anyway, guys, I cannot wait for this weekend to see the East-West shootout between Levi Kitchen and RJ Hampshire. These two guys are focused, and they're both going in there guns a-blazing. Thanks, guys. Remember, subscribe if you need a real estate agent. I'm your guy, and I'll catch you guys later.